I don't want to go. Lenore, it's going to be absolutely tedious. They're going to ask me all these questions I cannot answer, and I can't ask you for help, because obviously I can't ask for you for help, because you're not supposed to know any of this. Do you know how hard it is to pretend to be a writer?
Listen, I understand, Leighton, it will be tedious. I more than anyone know. I mean, Mother won't stop talking at me about finding a potential match, right? So...
Oh, she won't stop talking at you about finding a potential match.
Listen.
Do you know how people...
You can certainly come to me to ask me any questions you'd like about the books. I'll try to stay by your side and answer as many as I can.
But the problem is, what if they put me up on stage again, Lenore?
We got plenty, darling. Just,
They asked me to improvise something.
All right, we'll just make up a bit of fact
went
about yourself.
badly.
I bet it did. Yes, it went terribly. Well, listen.
No one would speak to me for 6 months until we came up with a new book.
Leighton, darling, you're an eccentric. You have the privilege of being an artist. No one expects an artist to be...
Good?
Well, no, socially acceptable, as long as your work is good.
It's not that I am socially acceptable. I know how to be socially acceptable. I just don't know how to talk about art. Because I don't know about art.
Have you...
No!
Leighton, I need you to be honest with me.
Mm.
We are going to this event tomorrow.
Mm.
Have you read The Poisoner's Hatpin?
It was a rather engaging summary on the back.
The book was out 5 months ago.
I read slowly.
Leighton, you're the writer. Have you read any... What was the last one you read? We've got, obviously, first Treachery on the... You've read Treachery on the Thames.
Of course, everyone's read that.
Can I roll a psychology? See if Leighton has read Treachery on the Thames.
Yeah, right over the roll with the bonus die.
Great. That's a pass.
He has skimmed it, and he's heard, it's the thing where you hear enough people tell you their favorite bits about something that you feel like you've read the whole book because someone's told you about every bit of it.
All right. So you've read Treachery on the Thames. You've read The Defenestration of Archibald Crane, of course.
Diverting.
The Bedside Behanding.
No.
Yeah, well, that one was sort of, it was mixed receptions. Of course you've read In the Manor of Curses. That's sort of the
classic. No,
the classic, the favourite.
I've been do you know how many times I've been asked to do readings?
Leighton.
From it. So that counts. Yes, I've read the whole thing in readings to other people.
So probably out of order.
I mean, yes.
Do you know who the killer was?
Well, it was sort of like a two people working together.
Oh, my dear. Okay. Listen. We're going to go. We'll do our best not to make a scene. If people ask you about the books, tell them that you have a new project in the works. Get people curious. Tell people that...
Okay, all right.
Tell people that you can't reveal too much information.
Oh, like a secret.
Absolutely. Right?
Keep a secret.
Tell them that it's scandalous.
Oh.
And it has a lot to do with an unexpected family inheritance of an estate.
Are you attempting to get me to get people to gossip for material for your new book?
Darling, I would never. But if people want to talk to you and perhaps have their insights
this is why you want to go to this hateful party.
Of course it's why I want to go to the party.
For material.
Do you think that I would ever want to attend? What? This diamond?
I don't know, you're a woman, you flight of fancy. Sorry. Just came out. I just don't know what's happened.
Leighton. If Mother should ask.
Of course.
Tell her that I dance the night away every night with a handsome, wonderful, eligible, well-appointed man. And on the third day, at the stroke of midnight, he dropped dead on the dance floor, leaving me hopelessly bereft and irrevocably single. I will be spending the rest of my night and the rest of my time at this ball trying to find the best possible story.
But you have to dance, because I can't lie to Mother. You know, I can't do it.
I can't dance.
I can't lie to Mother!
If I'm asked, I will dance. And Lenora just knows that she's got a suitcase packed with truly the most unacceptable outfits for this event in order to deter a possible dancing partner. She says, I've packed a number of very attractive looks. So I'm sure that a gentleman caller will come. And I will dance with whoever asks.
Mr. Fenton, I have brought a gift for your new manor.
Oh,
Nigel?
you didn't have to. Nigel says, all right, sir.
Puts the cage down, pulls the tarp off. I think like 7 macaws are in this.
Are they secured or have you released the macaws?
I gotta if you ask me a question like that, I gotta release the macaws.
One of them says there's scat on the deck.
Birds flying around this whole night.
There's a the birds take flight.
Oh god.
Yes.
You just an explosion.
They're really quite tame once you've gotten used to their routines.
Oh, one of them is completely entangled in Isabel's hair. And she's batting at it. I'm gonna need you to roll reputation damage.
Sure.
Do we all need to make dexterity checks?
Give me a D10.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's 6, which is a quarter of my reputation.
Oh, Lord.
The only reason you were not being kicked out is because Jessica Willoughby is on your arm right now.
My reputation.
Cackling. She's trying so hard to maintain an elegant facade, and you can just feel every bone in her body vibrating.
Mm-hmm. Bones has no care for the fact that people might. He's like coming up to the Fentons and being like, well, you see, if you call one, put your hand up like this. Mrs. Fenton, put your hand up. Yes.
I demand you release these beasts.
Here, I'll put a small seed on your hand.
Oh, you must unhand me, sir.
And here he comes, and a bird lands on.
She's got 2 birds, one in the hand, one in the hair. Give me a dexterity check from
2 in the hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a dexterity check from you 2, having just entered. I'm gonna roll group for the family.
Oh, so fucking successful.
One delicately alights on your hand and just starts kind of like cooing at you in between.
Whistle
Grab the deck!
A little too.
Scat on the deck! Scat on the deck! Scat on the deck!
Scat on the deck.
What a delightful scheme.
The Potts family are terrified of birds, so they're all huddled in this corner, trying to fend off this bird.
I had a hard success.
Hard success. You're a champ. You're out there really trying to beat this bird off.
I am defending the Potts family.
You're like waving your fascinator in the opposite direction, trying to reflect some light off. Actually, give me like roll a D4 to improve your reputation. You guys enter.
Perfect. I think one just
One.
took it.
I'm taking it. Take those. This is my bird now.
I think one, they're sort of, together, Lenora and Leighton, and one of the macaws just gently shits on Leighton's shoulder as it flies by.
As Leighton got dressed 6 different times.
See, Isabel Fenton say, "Oh, Leighton, my deepest apologies. Mr. Blackwell, so good to have you in our home. I assure you this is just a momentary inconvenience. We're delighted that you arrived, safe and sound. Please come in. Please, mind the birds. Yes, our Mr. Bones here will be taking care of this immediately."
Mr. Bones, these are your birds.
Mr. Bones, these are my birds. Well, they're now the Fenton's birds. They're a housewarming.
He really shouldn't have.
Oh, it is first of all, very lovely to see you, Mrs. Fenton. Thank you so much for welcoming us into your home. And Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones.
Yes, my name is Lenora Blackwell.
Pleasure.
This is my brother Leighton Blackwell. Of course,
Lenora,
noted.
It shat on me. The bird shat on my coat.
Yes, Leighton, I'm aware. It's
don't
quite
mind
funny.
that. And licks his thumb and just rubs it off his shoulder.
Mr. Bones, you're going to have to tell me all about these birds. These are just fascinating.
Calls one down and is like,
"Oh, you can call them."
"Oh, did I not mention they're well trained." This is all part of the show.
Wonderful. Did you train it? scat on my brother.
Yes, I did train that one to scat on the most well-dressed gentleman in any given room.
Look at that! You're the most well-dressed gentleman in the room!
Bones is in the process of, like, leading Anne, like, by the hand, honestly. He's like, we gotta move quickly. And then stops and looks up. And you see, out of, like, Bones' peripheral vision, at the top of one of these, like, bookcase-style things, there is a little chunky raccoon.
Yes!
In a little suit, a very dashing suit, that has gotten his hands on some little, like, biscuit sweeties, and it's just like...
Oh, beautiful.
In his little
Gorgeous.
hands.
And Bones is like, do not make eye contact. Raccoon. Miss Waldron, there is down the hall, on the left, there is an office. In that office, there is a secret study. Go to that study, read those letters. I will come fetch you after I've dealt with this.
Is it likely to attack?
Potentially, it can be quite vicious. Its teeth are very sharp.
It's so deceptive. It's terribly adorable.
Yes.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you. And she's like really working hard to like keep eyes on the ground.
Eyes forward.
Eyes forward, and heads to the office.
Have
And the
we
secret
come up
study.
the stairs and catch them in a hall?
I think there's been enough going on that this conversation, like, I think that you would catch maybe Bones if you were walking through. I don't think you see Anne.
Okay.
Miss Bones, you quite all right?
Miss Blackwell, don't look up. Whatever you do not.
Oh my god, she looks up immediately. With that level of curiosity, no.
You look up and this raccoon is just,
Oh, hello.
and then loses its shit.
Precisely.
So sorry.
It starts running around the top of all of the bookcases.
You
just
can't tell us not to do something unexpected.
It's exactly what he would have done.
Sally's like, oh no, and I'm gonna scurry down the hall.
Follow Miss Waldron. I'll take care of this. Follow Miss Waldron.
My god, I'm so sorry to
And
need
he's
help.
calling her
No,
name. He's
I've got it. Nigel!
Sure.
Nigel!
Nigel's outside.
I know, I'm just hoping he's in earshot. It's very
Trying to catch
unlikely.
it.
I've got it. Follow Miss Waldron. It's...
All right.
Yes, I've got it.
I'm so sorry.
And Bones takes off, like, the outer layer of, like, furs and stuff and is gonna be, like, climbing up bookcases to try and chase this raccoon.
Oh no.
Great. So you guys run into the office. Your shouting has immediately called these two
Yeah.
footmen up
Yeah.
here.
Oh, I'm
That sounds
so
right.
sorry.
And then Bones and the raccoon look at the footmen at the same time, like, stop their chase. It's like...
Can I also make a suggestion that you're in your Davy Crockett
Yeah,
outfit?
yeah.
You're wearing a
100%.
raccoon hat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and both raccoons.
Just a double.
Hello, gentlemen. I was just training our guest for the big show.
They look at each other.
Books are everywhere. Like, this room's fucked.
Can we perhaps escort you and your guest outside? This is out of limits for guest one, and
Sure.
also
I would mind you that don't make eye contact with the raccoon, for it will start moving rather erratically again, and I have nearly reached it. I am not looking at it.
what, pray tell, is a raccoon?
Now, imagine a mouse, but bigger, and with a long, striped tail, and the little hands of a person.
So a cat, but that is one that has been accursed by God?
Correct.
I'm gonna get up and be like, yeah, but before I go, I say, there are many situations in which we may think ourselves unsalvageable. But if you ever wish to consider yourself having the possibility of recovery, I am here.
Give me a persuasion.
It's my charm. Push it. I will push it.
Push it. Gotta push
How are
it.
you gonna push it?
I just try to give her a hug.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, good, 'cause this did not work for me.
That is a hard pass. That is No, it's a regular pass, but
Your regular pass.
Good.
She sort of like crumples into you a little bit. Says,
I give her a handkerchief.
It was a petty. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't know. It was just supposed to be a prank. It was just supposed to like itching powder. It wasn't.
Oh, my Jimmy Selcraft. She
continues crying on
Yeah,
you.
she's just sobbing.
She's just, gonna be like, I know everyone's dead, and I think it's my fault.
I can assure you, this is not your fault. However you may think it to be, I know that your intentions were good, and if anything wrong has resulted because of them, it has been at the hand of some other, not you. That much I can tell.
But, Miss Anne, Miss Waldron, even if a course was set by another, that we are all our own ships under our own sail, and I could have chosen a different path.
Sometimes a ship is blown afoul of a wind, and the sail cannot be faulted for the wind that went into it.
You really think so?
It is merely behaving as it was intended to.
What do I do now? Because I can't undo it. The only thing I can do is bring further ruin upon my... Do I submit? Because if I do nothing, I will end up dead. I will be dead before these balls are out. I'm sure of it. But perhaps it would be for the better. Perhaps that is the way out.
No.
Not for me, but for my family.
Is there a reason that you fear for your life?
She sort of realizes what she has just told you. But she's, is there a reason that you're asking?
Well, you have just admitted to me that you seem to fear for your life, and that's fairly concerning.
The wind that we speak of is a cruel wind that I fear will have set others upon a similar path. For reasons...
How many others?
Just the one that I know of. But it's a dear sweet boat that should not be set upon that same path. And yet I fear, due to obligations of the ocean, may be sunk into a current that he cannot pull free from, if that is not too convoluted a metaphor.
No, I understand you entirely. This is gonna sort of use the handkerchief to wipe away your tears.
Thank you.
Miss Hilgriff, it may be best for you, this night at least, to how proficient are you in acting?
My mother has always instilled upon us a great decorum.
Yes.
So...
I need you to call upon that now.
Yes.
Nothing must appear wrong in you. You must be as stalwart as the ocean.
The ever-changing ocean,
yes. I was trying to find a way to make it fit the metaphor, and it just didn't.
An ocean cliff, perhaps.
Yes, the cliffs.
Leopold, what is that? And what have you got to do with what's in your pocket?
Can't tell me.
I'm not going to tell anyone. I already know what's happening, but tell me
what do you think is happening?
I know that they were poison in your pocket.
How do you know I have poison in my pocket?
I know what that is in your pocket, Leopold. I've seen it before. I need you to
tell
me what I have in my pocket! Leopold, tell me what you have to do with what's going on.
I can't tell people it's going to ruin my entire family.
Well, perhaps if you tell me how you're involved, we can make sure that this doesn't go any further.
Do you really mean that?
I really mean
Stand.
that. Well, I need to know your involvement first. How do I know that you're not a murderer?
I'm not a murderer.
Well, then tell me what you did.
Be a murderer, then I wouldn't be having any of this problem.
Kids, you're being very loud. Lenore just pokes in for a second. If you want to have a private conversation, have a private conversation. God damn it. And then walks away.
as you're saying, what is Bones doing in this moment?
Bones is on a straight warpath for Leopold.
Bones.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Anne
Bones-
is smelling the bird seed in the curio room just to be sure.
The birds.
Oh.
Poison the birds. Jesus.
Annette would poison the birds.
She would.
No,
Okay.
I don't smell anything.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
But like that's a good one. She absolutely would.
she would poison the birds.
As you're walking up, well, she's so. It's not me. It's my grandmother's. But she's.
Well, we ascertained that much. So what is your involvement? Why do we even know about this?
Hester? And my grandmother? Collaboration, cahoots, somehow? I don't know. Just Hester is responsible for Bolter's death, but also my grandmother is. And so if Hester reveals anything, then my family's ruined.
See,
So my
your
grandmother
grandmother
was
is
like,
implicated,
take care
both
of the
of you.
problem, do it for the family. But I was like, maybe no one has to die. Maybe no one has to die. Maybe Hester just talked. Maybe we just talk it out. And that went really badly. As you're hearing this, you pop up.
Oh,
and this.
Bones
Yeah,
is a
that's
little
a bummer.
bit like, I mean, he's sort of can be an animalistic person with the
Mm-hmm.
way he's traveled, and I think like he's just like the reason it's tracking and not like psychology is he's just tracking Leopold like prey.
Mm-hmm.
And are you linked arms with him still?
I think at this point, we're looking at
Yeah,
each other.
I
we're very,
think- I don't think
each
you're
other's
linked.
faces.
Bones walks straight up to Leopold, kind of puts himself between him and Miss Gilbert, and grabs him like by the shirt,
Okay.
and like leans him up against the railing and says, "Don't scream or I will kill you."
Mr. Bones, and I'm gonna swat at you.
Give me intimidation check.
Regular pass.
Terrified, but I think Leopold does have enough presence of mind to look at everyone else and know that if you really tried to kill him, someone would hear and try to rescue him. So, like, he is terrified of you, but not necessarily that you were going to kill him.
Who is the poison that's on you for? I will only ask once.
Not you or anyone you
I
care
want
about.
an answer.
Leopold, don't be.
It's not for any.
Don't be cheeky.
I don't. Do you
Answer the question.
do you know him?
Yes, this is my friend, Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones, Leopold.
You're
Leopold, tell him what to
terrifying person.
Shh, keep your fucking voice down.
Mr. Fenton, you really don't want to run afoul of Mr. Just lurking at this point, like.
We need a stealth check from all of you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was for a second there. I was like, man,
Oh,
I hate that I'm not on the balcony. And then you were like, still talking. I was like, I'm really glad I'm not out there with them.
Can I push it?
I got an extreme success, if that helps the group.
Great.
I failed.
Because I got a 93, so I need to push
Yeah.
it.
What do you gotta tell me what you're gonna do to push it?
That's a 43, so it's a regular success. To push it, I push him over the railing. And go,
That's why you
my
asked.
boy, I'm so sorry. And then I make my way down the stairs like it was an accident.
And I will scurry too.
I failed as well, so I think I'm gonna push it as well.
Well, if it's a group stealth check,
Yes,
then
if it's a
then
group
just
stealth,
the
you
two of them
pass.
pass.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, then never mind. I'm not pushing anything.
There's a,
I think Lenore's fail on the stealth check is like.
Leopold, as you know, he sees you off, says, "So I will wait for you tomorrow.
I'll be back tomorrow. Don't be suspicious.
I will do my utmost."
If your grandmother asks, you did what she asked. It's not up to you whether or not has to actually finish a drink.
It's very fair. If somehow I die before you come back,
Why would you say that?
would just like to express that this has been one of the best nights of my life, and I'm be happy. Don't want to die, but I would die happy.
That's so grim and kind.
Good evening, Miss Gilbert.
Good night, Leopold.
That's so sweet. He's a little taken aback by your use of his first name, but he just
Yeah, she's being way too.
Yeah.
she's giving up on this.
a lot has happened to Leopold in the
yeah.
past couple hours. He doesn't
a
really
big
clock
day.
it. What does Bones do?
I think he takes his mask off. I know it's not midnight yet.
Leopold closes the door.
I wanted to congratulate you. You've bested me. Would you like to sit?
What a gentleman.
Not been known to be that very often.
Oh, people can surprise you.
Annette. Can I call you Annette?
Well, I certainly can't stop you, can I?
I suppose we should dispense with pleasantries.
You may not call me Annette.
I think I'll call you
I don't
Annette.
grant you the permission, sure. I'm certainly not going to call you Bones.
You can call me Brandoff. You can call me Horsefinder. You can call me whatever you want. What I'm going to call you is a killer.
Well, it seems very harsh. After all, I'm quite sure I've never directly been responsible for the death of anyone.
Directly is one of those interesting words that guilty people tend to throw around. Really, we can dispense with any sort of idea that you are this frail old woman, though I do admire the persona you put on. What I don't understand is how you got Patty, the black sheep, I suppose, to help you out. That
Patty?
seems rather peculiar.
Of course, I'm not sure what you're speaking.
She's just, not the brightest. I just think that you seem smarter than that. You seem smarter than involving someone like Patty, and she left such a breadcrumb trail for me to follow, but I couldn't get that last piece of why you involved her.
Now, I surely would never wish to speak ill of Mrs. Hillgrove, but, Mr. Horsefinder, you're a man of the world. You understand that you can't be responsible for the choices other people make.
Can't we?
No, I'm quite sure we can't. I've made quite a philosophy of it.
I'm sure you have.
But as to Miss Hillgrove, I think we both know, Mrs. Hillgrove, as to Patty, I think both know that she's maybe not quite in this race.
So you are in this race?
What race?
Do me the kindness, Annette. After all this, you took something from me, and I want to hear you say it.
What did I take from you? It's not like you're here very often.
What do you know of love, Annette? Do you feel that emotion when you're as cold as you are?
She looks honestly a little baffled. Not sure what that has to do with anything.
Bolter was the love of my life, and you took that from me, and I want to hear you say it.
You cared for him that much? An old man, trapped?
You know nothing of him.
I know enough. I know he didn't deserve what he got. I know that he deserved what he ended up with. If he'd been strong enough...
And what was that?
I think that if he had held on to the things he loved a little bit more, a silly little girl wouldn't have been able to worm her way into the hearts of those he cared about, wouldn't have been able to deliver such a sweet, quick release of death.
And how does a little girl get such a quick form of death? Say it.
I think you know that for all that Bolter kept what other people rightfully deserved from them, that he was too clever to not see the easy things coming. I think I didn't try. The things I tried to get him to just stop, to just lie down and stop trying. Still, that man, it only takes one. It only takes one silly, stupid girl who believes what you tell her, believes it's fine. It's just a harmless little prank. Do it just for fun, just to make your mother happy, just to stick it to the man who's not going to let your family get what they deserve, or, as it turned out, to stick it to the person who was separating her from someone she just fell in love with. Yeah, love. That's what I think of love. You asked me what I think of love, Mr. Horford. I think it is stupid. think it is a distraction, and I think the fact that you have lost shows what you can do with your